Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining and welcome back to Wall Street Silver. Joining us today is the man who needs no introduction, our good friend, Jim Rogers. Welcome back, sir.
I'm delighted to be here, Ivan. Good morning. Good
Yeah.
evening.
Yeah, good evening. It's always a pleasure having you on. Jim, we're living in interesting times, and the UN just came out this week and called on the Fed and other central banks to halt interest rates. What's your opinion on this? Will the Fed stay the course?
It's just another reason to abolish the UN. What a waste of time and money. How much money we have all given to the UN for no results. Uh, I, if you ask me, the inflation problem is here. It's going to be here for a while. There will be times when it goes down, of course. Nothing goes straight up. But no, giving up on interest rates now will be ruinous in the end because we'll have serious inflation. I've been back in the 70s, the last time this happened. Interest rates on US Treasury bills went to over 20%.
Wow.
Over 20%. You know where they are now. We're nowhere near. We're not even near 5%, much less 20%. So we have a serious problem ahead of us.
Like we're seeing protests all across the world, Jim, and of course it's due to inflation. You see it in South Africa, we're seeing it in Middle East, but we haven't seen them on a massive scale in the US or Canada. Why do you think that is?
Well, that's because inflation is still far below where it can go. I just got through saying, in the 70s, it was so bad that interest rates went over 20%. We're nowhere near that kind of problem right now. We will be. We will get there. Don't worry, Ivan. And when things get worse and worse, more and more people will be unhappy. You will see governments fail. You might even see countries fail before this is over. That's what has always happened in the past when things get out of control.
Do you think we're seeing a repeat of 2008? Like there's a lot of talks about Credit Suisse this whole week. What do you think is happening? Do you think we're seeing a 2008 repeat or it's bigger than that?
It's going to be bigger than that. 2008, we had serious problems worldwide because of too much debt. I mean, look out the window. Since 2008, the debt has skyrocketed everywhere. Even China has debt now. China didn't have debt 20 years ago, but even China has a lot of debt now. Problem is going to be very serious. We're going to have the worst bear market in my lifetime, and I'm older than you, so it's going to be the worst in your lifetime too. No, we have big problems ahead of us. And I say that because I can add, I see the debt. I see what's happened. It's much worse now than it was in 2008, 2009.
We're seeing a lot of articles too. It's just coming from the UK alone. More than 40% of mortgages have been withdrawn just in this month alone. How significant is this? Do you think that could happen in the US?
Anything you could imagine is going to happen in the US and worse.
Wow.
I mean, we're the largest debtor nation in the history of the world, Ivan. I don't say that happily, but I have to deal with facts. And we have a serious problem. And by the way, if we have a problem, the world has a problem. And so everybody's going to be affected.
What's through all this economic destruction and chaos, where's Jim Rogers putting his money now? Silver, gold? Where are you finding?
Well, I own silver. Did you drive silver up so much yesterday?
I
I
don't
think
know
that
what
was
happened.
I think that was the biggest rise in silver in a long time. I presume it was you adding. I am not buying silver or gold at the moment. I own them both, as you know.
Of course.
Somewhere along the line, I will be buying more. I don't know when. I guess I'll ask Wall Street Silver when to buy. No, that is one way to protect yourself. Commodities, I mean, real assets, whenever we have inflation, if you own the things that go up in price, such as agriculture, you make money. So those are places that I'm putting money in, that I have money.
You're putting money in agriculture like sugar? What about sugar?
Well, I mainly use indexes, ETFs, because I'm lazy. And many studies have showed that index investing outperforms nearly all professional investors, especially us lazy ones. So index investing is best for me.
Now, what do you see the Fed doing the next move? Like you're saying that the US, there's nothing but economic destruction coming. What do you see happening for the Fed next? Do you think they'll completely pause on their interest rate hikes, or do you think they'll, like I said, keep on staying the course?
No, I think they will certainly stay the course at least one more time. Now, I don't know these guys. I'm just telling you how they think. I
Yeah.
think my view is they will stay the course one more time. Then, when things start getting bad, they will panic. I mean, these are bureaucrats. These are academics, Ivan. They don't know what they're doing. They will panic. They will get worried about their jobs. They will slow down for a while, and then we'll have a big rally. But that'll be the last rally.
Do you think from where we are right now, Jim, we can see another 20, 30, like you said, we're in the worst bear market you've seen in our lifetime. Do you think from where we are right now, we can see another 20, 30% drop?
We haven't had a serious bear market yet. I mean, look at previous bear markets.
Right.
In real bear markets, many stocks go down 50, 60, some go down 70 or 80%. Now, in real bear markets, unbelievable things happen, and they will happen in the next one. You should be worried.
So, Jim, a little something to make you laugh. Janet Yellen, she came out this month and said the markets are functioning absolutely fine. What do you make of this statement?
Well, but Yellen has college degrees from a couple of Ivy League schools. So who am I to argue with Mrs. Yellen? Yes, the markets are working the way they should. They see problems ahead of us and they're reacting accordingly. And as I said, it's going to get worse before this is over. Inflation is nowhere near the recorded numbers or the official numbers, but nowhere near reality. I mean, if you go shopping, you know how bad inflation is. If you listen to the government, you will say to yourself, where do they shop? How could their prices be so much better than my prices? We all know what's happening to prices. The government lies to us.
We're, of course, like looking now at Europe, Jim, we see energy crisis, everything that's happening with Germany and all the pipelines. Do you think it's going to be a really hectic winter for Europe this winter?
No, it has to be, unless Mr. Putin suddenly declares peace or something. No, it has to be a serious winter problem because where are we going to get the energy that we need? Yes, we can bring back coal plants, we can bring back nuclear power plants, but all of this takes time. So no, this winter I suspect is going to be bad for many people. I live the tropics. So we're going to have our own problems, but cold is not one of them.
What are you keeping your eye on right now? Like we're seeing the US dollar is super strong right now. Of course, the Fed is trying to keep it as strong as possible and prop it up. But what are you keeping your eye on to see like the death of the US dollar? Is it real estate? Is it the bond market? What are you keeping your eye closely on?
Well, as you may remember, I own a lot of US dollars and have for a while. I still expect one last big move up when the turmoil gets bad. So I'm watching the dollar. I have to watch the Fed. I know they're incompetents, but still you have to watch them because they have a lot of money. So Mr. Putin, one has to watch Mr. Putin in Ukraine. If there's somehow peace, commodity prices are going to go down a lot. Stocks will go up a lot and everybody will think things are okay for a while. So you have to watch all of these things. I don't particularly like having to watch these things, but I live in the same world you do.
So, Jim, looking at Powell, you said earlier you think he's going to make one more move. What if he doesn't? Do you think the Fed will lose all credibility if they let's say pause these rate hikes too soon? Do you think they'll completely lose all credibility?
You know, we've had three central banks in U.S. history. The first two disappeared for many good reasons. This one will eventually disappear because they keep making so many mistakes. They don't have any credibility with me. I have to pay attention to them because they have so much money, obviously, and so much influence with all that money. But no, I don't think these guys know what they're doing. Whatever they do, they're mainly worried about their jobs. They're not worried about what's going to happen to you and me and our kids.
Do you think eventually we'll see the Fed roll out a central bank digital currency? Because Powell in his last speech about 2 weeks ago talked about a central bank digital currency and how it wouldn't have anonymity. So what do you think that would ultimately that's what they would roll out, the end game?
Well, nearly every central bank in the world is working on digital
Digital.
money now.
Right.
Chinese are way ahead of all the rest of us. You cannot take a taxi in China with money. You have to have your digital money. You cannot buy an ice cream without.
Seriously?
Yeah. No,
Wow.
no. I tried to buy an ice cream one day in Beijing. Poor woman didn't know what to do because I had money. I had Chinese money. She
No
gave
way.
me the ice cream. In the end, she gave it to me because she felt so sorry for me. She didn't know what to do.
Oh
And
wow.
I have digital money now. I didn't have digital money then. So she gave me the ice cream in the end. Now everybody's working on it. Eventually, when the U.S. gets there and the U.S. says, okay, this is your money now. I
Right.
don't think, Ivan, that the U.S. is going to say, okay, this is money, but if you want to use that money over there, you can use that money too. No, they like control. They like to know what's going on. They like regulations. So yeah, I'm sure we'll have computer money eventually. It's much more efficient, but it gives them more and more control, which they love. I don't like it, but they love it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jim, we truly appreciate you coming down to Wall Street Silver. You are a wealth of knowledge, so thank you so much for coming down.
Well, I'm delighted to see Wall Street Silver, and I'm not selling my silver. I will be buying more.
You
So
better
don't let it go.
you better not
Don't
be
let it
selling your silver.
collapse. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ivan.
Thank you so
Thank
much, Jim.
you.
We appreciate it. Take care.